Yeah, man, we've been talking for years about this kind of stuff. And most recently, the new bill that Senator Bradford is co-authoring, right, and that you're a proponent of as well. And there was a big movement forward on Wednesday. Was that correct?
Yeah, it was a vote in the Judiciary Committee. So in California, depending on what the bill has in it, it gets referred to different committees. The Judiciary looks at the legal aspects. And fortunately, we got the vote 9-1, do pass. Still has a number of hurdles to pass, but I think it's passed two key committees now. First, the Senate Education Committee, now the Judiciary. So this definitely has some momentum. Absolutely.
And awesome. Can you explain what the bill is as well?
Sure. So it's a bill that would ensure that California college athletes receive fair market value. Right now, under NCAA sports, all the colleges and the NCAA, they illegally collude. They get together and make agreements to fix the price or cost of players' scholarships and compensation at a fixed rate, which is against the law. It violates antitrust laws. So California right now is considering making sure that college athletes receive 50% of the revenue, which is market value. You look at the pros, right? All the pro contracts, the union agreements, it's pretty much 50% of revenue goes to the players.
Yeah.
And this here is a $15 billion a year commercial enterprise where, you know, it's a fraction of that going to the players. So California's looking to kind of adjust things and make things more fair.
That's awesome.
And the main concern, from what I understood from administrators, is that with Title IX, because football and basketball largely fund the other sports.
Well, in a sense, that's the statement. Yeah.
Yeah, and so they're arguing that, in essence, if you did that 50-50 revenue share with the football and basketball players, then the other sports would die.
Yeah, so they've been threatening that for quite some time. They threatened that when we talked a little bit ago about scholarships. When I played, the scholarships, a so-called full scholarship, fell short of the price tag of the school, which was the cost of attendance. So it was pretty deceptive. You thought you were on a full scholarship, but we were short about $3,000 to $5,000 per player per year, and we fought for that. We had to fight for that, and it wasn't until the O'Bannon lawsuit victory that finally the court said, no, you can't cap full scholarships below the cost of attendance. But prior to that, the school said the same thing. Oh Lord, if we pay $3,000 to $5,000 per player per year, we have to cut all the other sports. In the meantime, you look at the revenue that they're reporting by law to the Department of Education over the last 15 years, and even the smaller revenue schools. So if you take California, if you forget the bigger revenue schools, FBS division, you take the rest of the Division I sports. Those colleges have tripled their money from $80 million to about $250 million over this time period. Did they add sports? No.
Yeah.
And actually, the number of athletes actually went down by over 1,000 athletes.
Really?
And coaches' salaries shot up. Facilities expenditures shot up. The number of coaches for fewer athletes shot up.
Yeah.
So it's been a lot of talk. The truth is that these sports have been paid for long ago. That's why I said, yeah, that's the claim. Football and basketball pays for everything. Well, if you need big football and basketball money to fund other sports, then how does Division II exist?
Yeah.
There is no football and basketball money in Division II.
That's
right?
true. Yeah.
They spend less. They don't spend $4 to $11 million on coaches, and they don't, pay for lazy rivers in the athletic department and things like that. Literally, that's like Clemson. They got a lazy river.
Clemson
right?
does have a
They
lazy
have a slide. I mean, they have some crazy stuff.
Yeah, I talked to the players at Clemson. They kind of laughed about it, but at the same time, for the administration and schools to be saying, "Oh, we're gonna have to cut these other sports," they don't have to cut other sports. They have plenty of money. But the bill is being amended for that purpose. Senator Bradford, he's having conversations about looking at exclusively the new money coming in. Because as I mentioned, college sports, money's going up all the time.
Crazy.
It's recession-proof. It is COVID-proof.
Yeah.
Money goes up, salaries go up. So we know there'll be new money coming in all the time. So he may be targeting that after amendments to ensure and make people feel okay that all sports will be preserved.
Yeah, you mentioned they were looking at doing an amendment with past 2018 profits. Is that the new amendment in the bill?
Not quite. They're still kind of working it out. If they're gonna look at new revenue, they're gonna have to base it off of comparative revenue. So whether that be 2020, 2019, 2018,
Okay.
there'll have to be a year chosen and compared and said, look, any money on top of that is gonna be going exclusively to players for these purposes. So that's the type of thing they're looking into. We're a sponsor of the bill. We help shape the bill. We're the primary advocate for the bill, but we don't have all control. If we had all control of the bill, it'd be different. But as it goes through each committee, they assert what they want.
Yeah.
And the senator wants as much as he can get for the players in a fair way. And when it comes to Title IX, that was something the school said, oh, will it violate Title IX? Nothing in the bill will violate Title IX. Title IX, regardless of aggregate money going, if more go to men or women, the fact that it's based off of a non-discriminatory factor, 50% for players of all sports. It doesn't matter if you're men, if you're in men's sports or women's sports, then that can comply with Title IX.
Oh, I see. So you're saying 50%, but so if tennis and swimming don't have any profit,
They
then
just don't make
they're
any.
just not making any money. You're saying
Correct.
Okay.
Correct. So, for instance, like in California, there are women's sports that would qualify. Like UCLA tennis,
They make some
women's
money.
Really?
women's tennis. They'd
Probably
get about-
UConn basketball, girls basketball.
Yeah, potential. Yeah, if it was applied out of state. So just to be clear, this bill only applies in California.
Oh, really?
This
Okay.
is just California, and the same way California shaped the NIL reform.
Yeah.
This is what we're trying to.
Because then people will follow you soon. Yeah.
People will follow. So
Because there's no way you can recruit out of state if California players can make revenue.
Everyone's
And-
gonna come here. Yeah.
It would be madhouse.
yeah, we'll see a domino just like we saw name, image, likeness domino across
Yeah.
across the nation. So it's really important to get the rate right. 15 years ago, the NCAA could have thrown players a bone and said, you know what, we'll give 15%. And people would have probably celebrated that.
Yeah.
But now, we done our research. We see the numbers. We see how they're using the money. Where it's going and the revenue explosion, and it's more apparent that this is pro sports. This is pro sports. Some of the college coaches are making more than the professional coaches are making.
Yeah.
So that's okay. In America,
Sure.
regular students that you go to school with in college, why are they there? They want to go
Get
pro in something,
education.
right?
Yeah,
Mhm.
they want
They
to.
want to get education, but
Yeah.
to what end?
Yeah, to go and work in a job and be good at whatever job they're doing.
Right, make some money.
Yeah.
Be a professional. We celebrate professionalism in this nation. Act like a professional. That's something that we all aspire to. But this industry has demonized that on the college level. And all it was is to monopolize the money. That's it. So that they can keep labeling players amateurs, and meanwhile stuff in their pockets. And that's what's been going on. But as I mentioned, it breaks actually a number of laws. And so, we're able to put the facts and figures in front of the lawmakers in California, and so far they've been responsive.